We all know how unpredictable accidents are, so it's best to have someone who knows how to do first aid response, especially if the construction site area is far from the hospital. OSHA states that employers shall ensure the availability of medical personnel for advice and consultation on matters of occupational health. But when there's no physician, clinic, or even hospital near the work area, OSHA also notes that a person or even an employee who has a valid certificate in first aid training from the U.S. Bureau of Mines, the American Red Cross, or equivalent training that can be verified by documentary evidence shall be available at the worksite to render first aid. In terms of first aid, employees should know the procedures to be followed when first aid is required. These include knowing who to call for help and that a person should remain with the victim until first aid attendants arrive. Employees also need to know where to find the first aid kit. It should be put in secured storage and put a label on it to easily identify the kit. There should be a space where the first aid room can easily be found. There should also be a manual that contains a list of first aid attendants and its location, list of all the nearest medical facilities, and list of the organization's key personnel, all arranged by their name, title, and telephone numbers. Transportation should always be available, just in case it's impossible to contact the hospital for an ambulance. And the construction site must have a functional communication system that can be easily contacted in time of emergency. If you didn't go through proper first aid training, never give first aid treatment. Now, let us talk about the first aid kit. The first aid kit is where you could find a collection of supplies and materials that is used to give medical treatment. OSHA requires employers to have this kit readily available on site and have enough stocks inside. Here are things you should have in a first aid kit: adhesive bandage, adhesive tape, antibiotic application, antiseptic, breathing barrier, burn dressing that are gel soaked, burn treatment, cold pack, eye covering with means of attachment, eye/skin wash, first aid guide, hand sanitizer, medical exam gloves, at least 2 inches and 4 inches of roller bandage, scissors, splint, sterile pad, tourniquet, trauma pad, triangular bandage, moist wipes, and saline solution. The first aid kit shall be placed in a weatherproof container, and each type should be sealed separately. It is advisable to check the first aid kit at least once every week to restock any depleted supplies. Remember, first aid kits should contain supplies to treat any injuries that are reasonably expected to occur on the job. We should look out for our coworkers' safety as well. As they always say, safety first, so you last.